So, can I be honest with you for a second? Last month I went to a friend's birthday party. These were people I've known for years, like we're talking childhood friends, people who knew me when I had braces and thought frosted tips were cool. And I'm standing there with a drink in my hand and someone's telling a story and everyone's laughing and I'm not really there. Like I'm physically there, but mentally, I'm a million miles away. And then it hit me. This thought that made my stomach drop. I don't fit here anymore. Not because anyone did anything wrong. Not because I think I'm better than them. But because somewhere along the way, while I was busy reading and learning and growing and changing, I became someone different. And the space I used to occupy in this group, it doesn't fit me anymore. If that feeling sounds familiar to you, that weird, guilty, confusing sensation of outgrowing the people around you, this video is for you. Because nobody talks about how isolating personal growth can actually be. Let's get into it. And difference, whether we like it or not, creates distance. This isn't about becoming better than anyone. That's not what we're talking about here. It's about divergence. It's about evolution. It's when your values, your interests, your daily habits, your goals, when all of that starts moving in a completely different direction from the people around you, and suddenly maintaining those relationships takes so much more effort than it used to. Let me give you some real examples of what this looks like. The interest shift. Maybe you got really into something. Podcasts about philosophy, building a side business, fitness, whatever. And now when you try to share what you're excited about, people just don't get it. They're not interested. And you're sitting there trying to explain why this idea blew your mind, and you can see their eyes glazing over. The habit change. You stopped drinking, or you started waking up at 5 a.m., or you're spending your weekends learning a new skill instead of binge-watching Netflix. And your friends? They're still doing the things you used to do together. Nothing wrong with that, but suddenly you don't have as much in common anymore. The goal divergence. You're trying to build something. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a creative project, maybe you're saving to travel the world solo. You're making sacrifices, you're pushing yourself, you're comfortable being uncomfortable. Meanwhile, everyone else seems content with the status quo. Because pretending to be smaller than you are, that's exhausting in a whole different way. You're no longer who you were, but you haven't found your new people yet. You're between identities, between friend groups, between versions of yourself. And that void, it can feel absolutely crushing. Here's what nobody tells you. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely, utterly alone. I remember going to a family gathering a while back. Everyone's there, everyone's talking and laughing, and I'm just observing. Like I'm watching my own life through glass. Someone asks what I've been up to, and I start talking about this project I'm working on, this thing I'm genuinely excited about, and I can see them just waiting for me to finish so they can change the subject. Not because they're bad people, not because they don't care about me, but because we're living in different worlds now, and they don't have a map to mine. And this is what makes it especially painful. These are people you genuinely love. Your childhood best friend, your siblings, people who were there for important moments in your life. There's history there, real history. But now, when you try to connect, it's like you're speaking different languages. They want to talk about who's dating who and what happened on some TV show. And you want to talk about the book that just changed your entire perspective on life. They're venting about their jobs, and you're trying to figure out how to quit yours and build something meaningful. You're buzzing with energy about your growth, and they seem threatened by it, or confused by it, or just completely disinterested in it. And then comes the guilt. Oh man, the guilt. You feel bad for outgrowing them. You wonder if something's wrong with you. It's like you've grown 3 sizes and you're trying to squeeze back into clothes from middle school. Technically possible? Maybe. Comfortable? Absolutely not. They had this whole life plan. Graduate, get apartments in the same building, be in each other's weddings, raise their kids together, the whole deal. Then Sarah got really into entrepreneurship, started reading business books, took some online courses, started building a small business on the side. And at first her roommate was supportive. That's cool, good for you. But as Sarah got deeper into it, waking up early to work on her business before her day job, spending weekends at networking events, talking constantly about her goals, the dynamic shifted. Her roommate started making comments. You're always working. Remember when we used to have fun? You're becoming obsessed. And these weren't said with concern. They were said with resentment, judgment. Sarah tried to bring her friend along for the ride, invited her to events, shared the books she was reading, tried to explain why this mattered so much to her. But her friend wasn't interested. She was happy with her 9 to 5 and her weekends and her routine, which again is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that life if it's what you want. But Sarah wanted something different, and the more she pursued it, the more her friend pulled away. Eventually they had this awkward conversation where her roommate basically said, "You've changed. You're not the same person I became friends with." It's really, really hard to keep going. But the lifelong regret of playing small to keep others comfortable, that's permanent. It sounds like, remember when you used to be fun? Translation, remember when you did what we wanted you to do? You think you're better than us now? Translation, your growth is making me uncomfortable with my stagnation. Why do you have to be so intense about everything? Translation, your ambition is highlighting my lack of it. You should be grateful for what you have. Translation, stop wanting more because it makes me question why I'm not wanting more. I'm not saying people are consciously thinking these things. Most of the time they're not. But here's what's really happening. Your growth is a mirror. And most people don't like what they see when they look in mirrors. You're not responsible for other people's insecurities about their own paths. This is your one life. Don't waste it trying to fit into spaces that no longer accommodate who you're becoming. Grief isn't just for death. It's for any significant loss. And this is a loss. Feel it. Cry about it if you need to. Don't try to be tough or positive or over it. Just feel it. Second, understand that this is temporary. You're in the in-between right now. You've left one shore but haven't reached the other yet. That's why it feels so disorienting. But you will find your people. You will build a new community. This isolation you're feeling, it's not forever, it's just the transition. Third, actively seek your new tribe. And I mean actively. Your new people aren't just going to appear at your door. You have to put yourself in environments where growth-oriented people gather. Join that online community. Go to that event. Take that class. Comment on videos like this one and connect with people in the comments. Your people are out there, but you have to seek them out. Fourth, keep what's worth keeping. Just because a relationship doesn't look the way it used to, doesn't mean it has to end completely. Some friendships can evolve into new forms. Maybe you see each other less but still have meaningful connection when you do. Maybe the relationship becomes more seasonal than constant. Be open to relationships transforming instead of just ending. Fifth, stay humble. This is huge. The moment you start thinking you're better than people because you're growing and they're not, you've actually stopped growing. Real growth increases your compassion and understanding. It makes you more empathetic, not less. If your evolution is making you judgmental and arrogant, you're going in the wrong direction. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. There are days when you wonder if you made a mistake, if you should have just stayed comfortable, if growth is even worth all this pain. But here's what I know. On the other side of this transition is a version of your life that actually fits who you are. A community that gets you. Relationships that energize you instead of drain you. A life that feels authentic instead of performative. The caterpillar has to dissolve completely before it becomes a butterfly. That dissolution, that's where you are right now. It's uncomfortable as hell, but it's not optional if you want to fly. So if you're in this space, if you're reading this and thinking, holy crap, that's exactly what I'm going through, I want you to know, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not being dramatic. You're just growing. And growth, real growth, is supposed to feel like this. Keep going. Your people are out there. Your life is out there.